Our first guest is a photographer who decided to use his diagnosis of PTSD and depression to shed light on mental illness. And so he created the White Shirt Project, and that has allowed him and his models to share personal stories, internalizing what wearing a white shirt symbolizes for them. And here to tell us more about the White Shirt Project, we welcome director at G Note and photographer Jose Ramon.
Thank you for having me.
Hello and welcome. And thank you for stepping up to the plate and being truthful and coming into the forefront about basically needing some additional assistance with the in the mental health department, right? Because
Absolutely.
I feel that it's something that we all, as a collective, as a United States, need to address as our primary disease issue.
Exactly. It's one of the leading things right now with mental health, the PTSD and depression. It's something that's on the forefront of.
Do you mind sharing how you were diagnosed or what
Sure.
caused the diagnosis?
Sure. Well, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, is can be caused at any time with a series of events. So it could be something from childhood, could be something that's current, could be on a battlefield. So I went through a whole series of losses. Loss of family members, mother, father, sister, brother, uncle, house, job, partner. So all that collectively contributed to the disease.
Okay. Usually when we hear PTSD, it was kind of like synonymous with like a vet, you know, it's kind of like, well, we kind of like, oh yeah, I get it. You know, they've witnessed and encountered like some horrendous things, but in regular life, it's kind of like, it kind of loans itself to certain issues that you're sharing with us right now.
Absolutely.
And so with that, I'm very, very fascinated with the white shirt process, right? Obviously, that's something that came from you, and I just wondered, like, did you go through a cleansing process of some sort?
I still am cleansing. You know, it's a continuous process. It's something that you try to gather enough tools along the way to help you get through on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. This was something that I needed to do, and it's part of my healing process.
So you consider the white shirt a tool for healing?
Absolutely, absolutely.
In what sense?
In the sense that I know that this is something that I utilize not only to help myself, but to probably definitely bring light to the PTSD and depression. But it also enlightens other people of, you know, you just don't all of a sudden wake up one day and say, oh, you know, I feel this way, I feel that way. You could also wake up one day and say, hey, you know what? Just because it doesn't mean that I can't help somebody else. I can't reach out and say, this is what's happening to me. And hopefully my story can help somebody else. Hopefully that could enlighten other people on what PTSD is to different people.
That's interesting. I understand you have like 5 white shirts that you use for your models, right?
Yeah.
And they seem to appear, the way you presented it anyway, they seem to be magic white shirts.
Yep.
So what's magical about these
They
shirts?
contain all the energy from all the models. So everything that everybody brings to the table is contained within these 5 white shirts.
Okay, so before we share with our viewers these images of the models, you guys, what I would like to know is, did you wear these shirts before they were passed on to the models?
Maybe 2 of them.
Maybe 2 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm just because they had to have made you feel a certain way for you to develop this project. So
Absolutely.
before we introduce the models, tell me, what was it about the shirt that made you feel, I guess, cleansed?
Sure. Well, I did service work for 30 years, so I never got to put on a white shirt for work. It was something that I rarely got to do, but when I did, I always felt kind of, you know, important. You know, it made me feel like the other guy who's going down to work at Wall Street or this other executive there. So it did change mood and behavior. And it also changed the way my posture. So, you know, at work, blue collars like this, white collars more like this, you know, so that's what happened.
That's fascinating. You just showed it, you just demonstrated in body behavior. So we're going to look at some of these images. Let's take a look at these images from the White Shirt Project, and we can discuss the models and I guess what emotions were evoked from them putting on the white shirts. We're ready. Let's look. All right. So this.
This is a model of mine. His name is Tim Moss. He has a personal story that's relative to the project itself. He's been through a lot. He's been through a lot.
Okay, and the next person?
This is also another person that came to me. I don't exactly want to, because I don't have.
Well, we don't need their background.
names.
I'm just curious to know, like, you captured a certain body behavior from them, and I'm assuming that came from what the white shirt evoked. And I understand that your process is that you have conversations and you share your story, and then they share their story. And I know some of their stories are documented on your website as well. So let's look at the next image and see what we got.
Sure.
Oh, let's look at that for a long time. How about that?
So this is Casimir. He has a dance studio in the hub, and he has a story. He can relate to the project, and he's relating to it through his art, which is interesting, which is dance.
Okay, so he's a dancer. And the next one?
This is Brian Dorian. He's a drag actor and performer. He has also a personal story that's relative to the project itself.
And this is the last one that we have for our viewers. This was the last one? Oh,
This
there's
is the last one. This is Anaisa. She has a very interesting story to tell, and she was hesitant with modeling only because she was very hesitant with a lot of things.
So what I
going back.
notice is that it's just the individual and the shirt, right?
Right. It's just the individual. It's organic as possibly can be. Shirt, nothing under, a light, and a camera.
And shall we share with our viewers?
Sure.
So I've actually consented to doing a photo shoot for the White Shirt Project, and so I will be I will be shooting with him in May.
Good.
And also we have some other good news, right?
Yes. June 23rd, Mod Heaven Bar and Grill. We're doing our reception.
Right, so they're going to be on display and exhibited in person at the Mott Haven Bar and Grill in June. So, but that's so many months away.
Very
that you're
excited
probably gonna
about
have to
that.
come back. But we're really excited to have you here on set, and I'm so happy for you, your project, the service that you're offering to our artists. Because I did want to share that. In your the website, I think you have like about maybe 20 or so,
Yeah,
20 models or something. But what I did notice is, yes, the majority of them were artists, but you had regular people. Like you had a person who her occupation was a nanny,
Yes.
and I think everybody needs a white shirt project.
All walks of life.
Yeah, because you never know what someone's really going through.
Exactly, and it doesn't matter skin color, occupation, nothing.
All right, so before we go, do you have any last words?
Thank you for bringing light to the White Shirt Project and also to mental illness, PTSD, and depression in particular.
No, thank you. Thank you. And you guys, for more on the White Shirt Project, you can visit gnoteentertainment.com. All right, we have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll learn about a film that focuses on colorism. Don't go anywhere.